Imagine walking through the ancient streets of India, where the teachings of the Buddha have spread far and wide. Monks gather in great halls, their robes flowing as they engage in deep discussions. But something is shifting. A new idea is emerging, one that will forever change the course of Buddhism. They say enlightenment is not just for monks or hermits, but for all beings. A path not of escape, but of return. A path of boundless compassion. This is the birth of Mahayana Buddhism, a movement that would reshape Buddhist thought and practice forever. But why did this movement emerge? What was missing from the early teachings that led to this profound shift? For centuries, Buddhism followed the early teachings of the Buddha, emphasizing personal enlightenment through disciplined practice. The Theravada tradition, which preserved these early teachings, focused on individual liberation, Nirvana as the ultimate goal. But in time, a revolutionary question arose. Why seek only personal liberation when the entire world remains in suffering? Could enlightenment be a path of service rather than escape? As the centuries passed, this question sparked deep debates among monks and lay practitioners alike. The concept of a greater vehicle, Mahayana, or the Great Vehicle, began to take shape. This vision saw the Buddhist path not as an isolated journey, but as a way to lift all beings towards awakening. This idea spread like wildfire, inspiring new interpretations of the Buddha's teachings and giving birth to what we now call Mahayana Buddhism. It was no longer just about escaping suffering. It was about staying to help others find their way. This shift in thought was profound. It opened the door for a new kind of practice, one that was deeply compassionate, yet equally devoted to wisdom. At the core of Mahayana lies the concept of the Bodhisattva, the enlightened being who makes a sacred vow: I will not rest until all sentient beings are free from suffering. Unlike the Arhat of early Buddhism, who attains Nirvana and departs from the cycle of rebirth, the Bodhisattva chooses to return, lifetime after lifetime, to guide others. Among the greatest of these Bodhisattvas is Avalokiteśvara, the embodiment of infinite compassion. Legends tell of how he once gazed upon the suffering of the world, vowing to aid all who cried out. But when he saw the vastness of suffering, his heart shattered. From that shattering, he was reborn, with 1,000 arms to reach out to all beings, and 11 heads to see their struggles. But Avalokiteśvara was not alone. Other bodhisattvas emerged. Manjushri, the embodiment of wisdom; Ksitigarbha, the protector of those trapped in suffering; and Samantabhadra, who represents boundless action. Each of these figures carried the essence of Mahayana: wisdom, compassion, and an unshakable vow to help others. The Bodhisattva vow became the defining practice of Mahayana Buddhism. It was not enough to simply awaken. One must use that awakening to serve. But Mahayana's revolution didn't stop there. It introduced one of the most profound and challenging ideas in Buddhist thought: Śūnyatā, emptiness. The great master Nāgārjuna, one of the key figures in Mahayana philosophy, taught that all things are empty, not in the sense of nothingness, but in the sense that nothing exists independently. What does this mean? Imagine a wave in the ocean. Does it exist on its own? Or is it simply a movement of water, dependent on wind, tides, and countless other forces? You are not separate from the world. Your identity, your struggles, your triumphs, they arise in dependence on everything around you. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. This is the wisdom of the Heart Sutra. To truly understand this is to free oneself from attachment and suffering. Mahayana masters saw this as the key to awakening not clinging to the illusion of an independent self, but embracing the interconnected dance of all things. From these revolutionary ideas emerged the great Mahayana scriptures, the Lotus Sutra, the Heart Sutra, the Diamond Sutra. These texts expanded the Buddha's teachings, revealing the boundless nature of wisdom and compassion. The Lotus Sutra declared that all beings have the potential for Buddhahood. The Heart Sutra condensed the essence of wisdom into a single powerful teaching. Gate para sam gate bodhisvaha. Gone, beyond, completely beyond, awakened. The Diamond Sutra took it even further, stating that even wisdom itself must be let go. A Bodhisattva should develop a mind which does not abide in anything. Each of these sutras offered a profound vision of reality, one that continues to inspire Buddhist practice to this day. They were not merely philosophical texts, they were calls to action, urging practitioners to embody wisdom and compassion in everyday life. From India, Mahayana Buddhism spread across Asia, adapting to different cultures and evolving into diverse traditions. In China, it became Chan Buddhism, later known as Zen in Japan. In Tibet, it merged with tantric practices, forming Vajrayana. In Vietnam and Korea, it developed its own unique expressions. With each new land it reached, Mahayana took on different forms, yet its essence remained the same, the path of wisdom and boundless compassion. In every temple, in every sutra, in every vow of a bodhisattva, the same heart beats, enlightenment for all. And so, Mahayana Buddhism reshaped the path of awakening, not as a solitary journey, but as a shared endeavor where no being is left behind. But what does it mean to walk the Mahayana path today? Is it simply about compassion or something more? In our next episode, we will explore the heart of Mahayana practice, the Bodhisattva vow. What does it mean to dedicate one's life to the enlightenment of all beings? And how can we embody that in our modern world? If this journey resonates with you, follow the Dharma Journey as we continue uncovering the wisdom of Mahayana Buddhism.